Eldritch Archer Magus starting build. As the name suggests, you will be forced to play with ranged weapons, short bows, long bows and so on. If you go with short bows, then it's dexterity build. If you go with composite long bows, then it's strength based build. A bit complicated to make this one, more about it later. You won't need your other hand to be free in order to cast Magus spells, which is a huge advantage of this subclass. Magus is the hardest class to play and master in Pathfinder. On top of all of this, you'll also be able to cast 0-level spells, aka cantrips. This subclass casts spells or buffs their melee attacks, in this case ranged attacks, with their arcane pool or magic energy. Even though you will be able to wear medium and heavy armor later on in the game, I still believe that the only way to play properly with this subclass is staying in light armor or no armor at all. It doesn't matter, if you position well, you'll always be safe. Choosing race, we are searching for high dexterity and intelligence here. Human, elf, halfling, half-orc, half-elf, tiefling, vampire and kitsunes, they all apply for this role. We're gonna start off with human and we transfer to other races as well. Background selection: Regional Diplomat, Nexian Scholar, Historian, Wanderer Regional, Varisian Explorer, Daredevil, Sheckless Corsair, Linorm Kings, all of those are valid here. What we're gonna pick is Andoran Diplomat. Ability points, allocating ability points. I would go for a full risk here with 7, 18, 13, 20, 7 and 7. Reason is very simple. This is one of the most offensive classes in the game. You want to burst as fast as you can. How you do it? With risking starting attribute points. How you do it in a game? You apply all possible buffs. You trigger buffs on your ranged weapon, or better to say you prepare a ranged attack. Then you open up with a long range spell into a freaking ranged attack for a maximum amount of burst damage. You will have a chance to do it for at least 2 to 4 rounds in a row till enemies reach you. Remember, you're not alone, you got an entire party around you. Till then, they should all be dead. Those that don't like to risk, just reduce intelligence to 18 and put 7s on 10s. For even safest route than I just said, that would be 13, 18, 10, 18, 9 and 7. It is your choice how you wanna play this. Again, if you plan to go with composite longbows, you will need some strength. If you plan to go with all other ranged weapons, you do not need strength at all. Make your choice here. Everything else will apply for feats no matter what you pick. Allocating skill points, it's very simple here, just mark everything that's green and up we go. You're gonna have 1 point available, okay? I took Andoran Diplomat because of diplomacy skill checks, but if you don't like it, you can always change it for something over here in the background selection that gives mobility, trickery, stealth, lore nature, lore religion and so on, and then it will become green. And then it's gonna be bigger number over here. My belief is that you don't need that last point at all, or even better, if you decide to go with 18 intelligence, you won't have this skill point. You're gonna have 5 instead of 6. So again, it highly depends on the background selection, on allocating attribute points, how many points you'll have in your skill points. Intelligence is the factor that gives you skill points. Feats. Point blank shot is a no-brain, we pick that one. For the second feat we can pick between precise shot or spell focus into specific element. Good ones to have are conjuration, enchantment, evocation. Pick what you like. We're gonna go with evocation. Eventually you will take this where you level up and so on. Good feats to have are extra arcane pool, dodge, spell penetration, elemental focus into specific element you want to deal damage with, acid, cold, electricity or fire. Choosing spells, burning hands for some AoE damage, expeditious retreat to run faster, flare burst for some light, magic missiles as the best early spell that you can take, shield for some defense, snowball for some more long range damage and crowd control, true strike to actually hit someone, and vanish so you can abuse it in the first few levels. Deity, Calistria, Kaiden Salian, Lamatsu, Norgorber, Saranrea, Erastiel, they're all valid options. We're gonna pick Erastiel, alignment is your choice. Pick what you like. At one point in the game, you will receive your most important upgrades on every 3 levels. Magus Arcana upgrades. You got 1 million options here. Good ones to take are Arcane Accuracy, Dimension Strike, Empowered Magic, Enduring Blade, Extend Magic, and Hasted Assault. If you decided to follow my advice and take a risk with 20 intelligence, then Hasted Assault will scale like crazy with your class. It doesn't matter if you decided to go with this subclass or any other Magus subclass. Melee or ranged. Other races now as Eldritch Archer Magus. For elves, half-elves, halflings, and half-orcs, we're gonna stick with base versions and we're gonna copy the entire human build. For tieflings, base version and Grimspawn is what you want to take, and after that we're gonna copy the entire human build. For Dempirs, only Vetala-born Ajibachana will work here, and after that we're gonna copy the entire human build. For Kitsunes, only Kin Kitsunes are valid, and then we're gonna copy the entire human build.